Cultivating meaningful relationships. Relationships aren't just about love or friendship. They're mirrors of reflecting your energy and your evolution. Let's dive into how to recognize which ones are aligned with your true path. Hi friends, I'm Scott, and I welcome you to be one with me as we journey together to be the best we can. Relationships shape our lives in countless ways, and each serving, a unique purpose in and on our journey. Whether they're friendships, romantic partners, family bonds, or professional connections, they exist to fulfill certain needs, offering support, companionship, growth, and love. Ideally, these relationships align with who we are and what we seek. You got to pause and ask yourself, what roles do my closest relationships play in my growth right now? And am I showing up in a way that reflects who I truly want to be? However, when a relationship does not meet our expectations, or falls out of balance, it can consume our thoughts, leading us to react impulsively rather than responding with clarity and wisdom. The key is not to let any single relationship define our emotional state, but to approach all connections with awareness, understanding, and intention. Try this before responding emotionally to someone. Take like 3 deep breaths and ask yourself, is this response coming from alignment or reaction? Keep a relationship journal, or write in your journal about your relationship where kind of track moments of connection and misconnection, or emotional triggers. Over time, a pattern will reveal deeper truths. At the core of all relationships is our spiritual connection, our relationship with ourselves, our higher purpose, and the greater energy that guides us. When we neglect this foundational relationship, our decisions often become misguided, influenced by more immediate emotions than by true alignment with our values. Without spiritual clarity, we might act in ways that hurt others or ourselves, choosing short-term gratification over long-term well-being. We need to be nurturing our spiritual centers. It allows us to approach relationships with a sense of balance and making decisions that honor both our needs and those of others. Ask yourself, how often Do I connect with my inner guidance before making relationship decisions? You know, do I feel spiritually nourished by the people I spend my most time with? You know, spending 5 minutes each morning in stillness or meditation and connecting to your heart center before engaging with other people, you know, it does wonders. You know, kind of repeat the mantra, I'm rooted in truth and open to love. Rooted in truth and open to love. Let it guide your interactions, you know. Clarity is essential when we're engaging with others. You know, we must, you know, understand what we seek from a relationship and why. You know, are we looking for support, growth, companionship, or something else entirely? You know, when we're unclear about our desires, we risk miscommunicating. I'm having a hard time with that word today. Expecting things unspoken or feeling dissatisfied without understanding why. You know, take time for introspection. Allow yourself to define your expectations and recognize whether a relationship is truly serving our highest good. You know, only then can we engage with others in a way that's honest and fulfilling. You know, reflect on your relationships and, you know, ask yourself, what expectations are you carrying into this relationship, and have you clearly communicated them? Know what you are giving and what you're hoping to receive. You know, you can try writing a letter to yourself about what a fulfilling relationship feels like. Not looks like, but feels like. And notice the emotions that rise when you describe it, and compare them to your current connections. You know, communication is the bridge that turns intention into reality. You know, setting clear boundaries is not just about drawing lines for protection. It's about establishing mutual understanding. Boundaries must be communicated, negotiated, and you know, with care, so that both individuals feel valued and respected. A relationship should not be a silent struggle to have our needs met, but an ongoing conversation where both people express what they need and adjust accordingly. You know, when approached with honesty and respect, this process fosters deeper connections and trust. Ask yourself, where in my life am I struggling to express what I need? And have you confused boundaries with walls? What are you actually protecting? You know, the other let the other person know how you feel when they do something or something happens, and let them know what you need. You can say it in front of a mirror until it feels natural and honest. Ultimately, relationships thrive when they are built on self-awareness, clear communication, and mutual respect. By staying grounded in our spiritual center, we make choices that align with our values and serve the highest good for all, for everybody involved. Instead of being reactive, we become intentional. Instead of seeking to control, we learn to flow. In doing that, we cultivate relationships that bring joy, growth, and harmony. Connections that only meet our needs, that not only meet our needs, but elevate the entire experience of life. Cultivate those relationships. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share it. Let me know in the comments about your views on what is most important in relationships. Visit beonewithme.com. More is coming from the heart for the soul. And remember, check out one of these videos. And remember, a smile can make someone's day, and the right words may change their life. I love you. Be you. Be one with me.